And this is the beauty of this deck. They think they're winning. They think they are 3-6. They think they're about to take another card and be 2-6. They have no idea what's coming. I think he's trying to figure it out, though. It's taking him a little bit. The more cards you get, the better. 22 cards, so he's done. Thank you, sir. So now we're going to pop our Sizzlipede into play. He has no idea what's going on. We've got 15 energy. He's got 22 cards. We're going to Centiskorch. We're going to do 100-foot flames, and that is the game, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye. And like that, they've got no cards. It's a victory. Hey guys, I'm Galactic Squid, and I'm going to be honest, I can't pronounce half these Pokemon words right. I never watched the show. But what I'm going to try to do is give you some insight into how this deck works. This deck was originally created by Tricky Gem. I took it, incorporated some things into it that I think could help with better play. And with his video, he did show how it works, but he didn't really go into great detail. So I'm going to hope to do some runs here and show you how I play the deck, what I'm expecting, what you can run into, and what I did to replace some things. So first and foremost, let's go into the deck here. And the crux of this deck is going to be Sizzlipede. What we're going to do is we're going to take Sizzlipede, we're going to be building them up with almost nearly all of the energy that we have. When we do, we're going to have a Charizard in play most times, and we'll go over that later, where you're going to have every single energy attached to your card be worth double. Once we do that, we're going to go into Centiskorch. Centiskorch has 100-foot flames, which for each energy card, which is double with a Blastoise, Charizard, is going to basically discard each one of their cards. The most I've ever discarded is 35 cards. So it can be really, really nasty. It's a long play deck, so a lot of guys who can't play will go into these Umbreon decks or some of these decks where they have a major card playing at first. They can build it up and just try to wipe you out right off the bat because they have no strategy, no skill. This is a long play deck. It's not something that's going to blow someone away immediately. Sometimes it can. Sometimes you're even limping along and you're using your Centiskorch without a Charizard. But long story short, this deck is built to really have some fun. You're always thinking about what you have to do, what you have to play, what you're looking for, how you're going to do your strategy. And the most beautiful part of this is that you can't see it, but the look on their face when you play this card is just priceless. You'll sometimes get down to a point where there's one card left, two cards left. They think they've won. You're being courteous. You're saying well played. They think you're saying well played because they've won, and then you take everything they have. And I think we're going to show you how to do that here. It's not always going to win. You can get some really bad pulls right off the get-go, but for the most part, this one is going to really be a fun deck to play. We have, and again, I don't pronounce everything right, we have Diancie here. Diancie is going to be our tank. We want to get as many of those out as we can so that we can basically stall and be building up what we need to build. Sometimes you're going to get lucky. You're going to get a Charizard and a Squirtle right off the bat with a Sizzlipede. It's going to happen, but a lot of times you're not. A lot of times you're going to get a lot of mulligans. In that case, this is where Diancie comes in handy. Lucky Egg, we're going to have lucky eggs we can throw on those so that we're constantly pulling cards. With this deck, you want to be constantly pulling cards. We have a Manaphy here. Manaphy is going to protect everything on our bench. Every once in a while, you'll get those guys who basically can start attacking your bench. This will protect it. There are a few instances in which it won't, but for the most part, Manaphy is going to be your best friend. Radiant Greninja I don't use so much. It's good to sometimes to throw up as a tank. It's good to have on your bench to use as a tank is to buy more time. But what it will do is it will give you more cards. So if you're willing to throw a few cards into your discard and use an Energy Recycler or something of that nature to pull them back out, this is going to give you the ability to pull more cards and to churn. Then we have Squirtle. Squirtle's going to turn into Blastoise. Blastoise is immensely important in this build because what that's going to do is give you Vitality Spring. Once every turn, you're going to be able to take up to 6 energy from your deck, put it on one card. That one card is going to be Sizzlipede. So you're going to build your Sizzlipede up. That's going to give you all the energy you need to take all of their cards. Now that's pretty much all of the cards. Let's go into the trainers. This is where I've made some adjustments to Tricky Gem's build. I respect his build. It's gotten me a lot of wins, but the more you play, obviously you have your own play style, you'll find that some things might benefit you a little bit more. VIP Pass is the first thing. This is a hit or miss. I look at it as a win, and that's why I kept it in there. The reason being is if you get it on the first pull, bam, you've got your Squirtle, your Charizard, your Sizzlipede, whatever you need. Also, it can be used as fodder when you want to use your Ultra Ball. So if you pull this later down the road, it's useless. Bam, there's an extra card you can use for your Ultra Ball. Energy Recycler, very important if someone's knocking out your energy, or if you're using it, or if you're using Radiant Greninja to put energy into your pile, your discard pile, you can get this right back out, up to 5 cards. The heavy ball is immensely important. Why? Because you only have a few Squirtles, a few Charizards, a few Charmanders, and those might be stuck in your, your prize pool. So if they are, pull them right back out, get them into play. You've got your level ball, that's going to help you search for things, obviously. Rare Candy, 4 is a little overkill, but there are times when you might need that many. This is going to let you do your Blastoise and your Charizard. The Rescue Carrier, I'm still torn on yet, but I leave it in there. That'll let you rescue 2 of your Pokemon. Comes in handy, really, if you have some Diancies in your deck and you need some more tanks to pull out, or maybe your Manaphy's been knocked out, something of that nature. Path to the Peak is my addition because you're playing a lot of V cards, and when you come up against these guys, nothing hurts worse than to be, totally neutered. So I'm going to try this out. This is my first time trying this, but I feel like I'm having so many V cards come up against me that if I can kind of, neutralize those guys, that might make the deck a lot stronger. Can't for the life of me remember what I replaced with it, but I did feel it was necessary. Ultra Ball, obviously that'll let you search for your Charizards or anything necessary at the time. This deck is always in play. It's a Zen water type deck. You're always kind of just like fluid and flowing and trying to figure out what you need next, so that comes in handy. I didn't find Bruno terribly helpful, but I left one in the deck just because if something gets knocked out, I can draw 7 cards. That is the first thing I replaced, and then so we've got Cynthia's Ambition. Wasn't using it too much as well. It will help get some cards into your hand, but I also replaced that. And 4 Iridas, or Irida, I'm not sure how you say it, but that is critical. That allows you to pull a water card. 9 times out of 10, you might already have your Squirtle, your Blastoise, but this gives you the ability to pull all those extra cards that you need as far as level balls, ultra balls, energy recyclers, things of that nature. One of the cards I also added was Klara. The reason being is that the previous card would put the cards back into your deck, and I know that's helpful in a Blastoise situation where you can get energy back in your deck and then put it back on the card. However, I felt in my play style it was much more important into getting the cards into my deck. Whatever those cards might be, especially in a situation where I'm getting pummeled. I have tanks in my discard deck. I need them immediately. I don't want them back into my rotation. I want them in my hand. I want to be able to play them to be able to block against this person. Next we have Raihan. Very helpful. Many times this has saved me because this will give me the ability if something's knocked out to not only put an energy on my Sizzlipede, but it will also give me the ability to go find that Charizard or whatever it is I'm really struggling to find. That has saved the game numerous times, so that is a win. And then, of course, your 4 Lucky Eggs. So that's pretty much the deck as I have it right now. It's going to be constantly tweaked, but let's go ahead and get into some play. All right, here we go. So we're going to play the Deck Destroyer and see what happens. I'm just going to try to give you some insight as to how I think, what I do, what I'm looking for. Maybe that'll get you going a little bit quicker. Again, this is a slow burn deck. Sometimes you can win fast, but don't expect it to just destroy people. This is really just to mess with their minds and get some enjoyment out of playing it and kind of imagining the look on their face whenever you hit them with it. So we're going to look for an opponent now. We've got one, and it is Tarthrol. Tarthrol's calling the flip. We lost. He's going first. That is good because we can use whatever we want. So let's go With the Diancie as a tank. If you have a Diancie, you always want to play that as your tank first. Radiant Greninja is a good second backup. But we've got a good deck here. This is going to be a win, I think. We've got Manaphy protecting everybody. We've got Radiant Greninja for card draws. And we've got Sizzlipede to start building up. I think this guy's in a little bit of trouble. But let's see what he's playing with. 9 times out of 10, I don't even care what they're playing with. It's all about how I'm playing and what I'm building up. Alright, we've got a level ball, so let's go ahead. Let's find our Charmander. Let's put an energy on the Sizzlipede. We've got a switch in a oh shit situation, so let's pass. This is good. We want him to draw cards. You always want people to draw cards. You always want to be keeping track of how many cards they have. Another tank would be nice. We don't have anything that we can play yet, so we're going to pass. As I said before, Radiant Greninja is not a bad backup as a tank. We're going to put them into play. Now we've got a Bruno and we've got a Klara. Don't have enough in our discard pile to use her yet. But I am going to go with Bruno, which is rare for me. Which actually turned into a jackpot. We're going to Lucky Egg the Radiant Greninja. We're going to put Squirtle into play. We're going to put an energy on our Sizzlipede. And now we've got 2 Iridas left. That's going to be nasty. In fact, let's get a couple more cards. Yep, he's in trouble. Doesn't know that he is, but he is. Sometimes you can see them thinking, and it's not just them thinking about what cards they're going to use, it's them thinking about what the hell we're doing. A lot of people have no clue, they can't wrap their head around it, and by the time they figure it out, it's too late. Our Radiant Greninja still stands, that is good. So, we're going to go in, we've got a Squirtle on the board, we're going to pull a Blastoise. We've got a Rare Candy for him, but we're going to pull our ball. Then we're going to have a Rare Candy on the next Irida that we can use for our Charmander. We're going to pull the ball. See if there's anything important in there. Nothing except for a Blastoise. So we've only got 1 Blastoise, 1 Charizard. We've got to make this work. We're going to pull a tank. That's going to buy us time. We've already got our 2 big boys on the board, so we're going to put the tank up there. We've got Manaphy protecting everyone. We're going to put a little bitty energy on that Sizzlipede, and we're going to Rare Candy into our Blastoise. Now's when the magic starts. Vitality Spring, 6 energy, and we're going to put them all in the Sizzlipede. Right now is the WTF moment for them. The first of 2. So right now he's trying to figure out what we're doing. We're going to lose the Radiant Greninja, but we've got a Diancie for a tank. We've got a second Diancie to back up. So we've got 2 more cards we can stall on. He has 36 cards. Right now with a Charizard we can take 18. But we've got another, can't remember how many, 6 to 8 more energy we can pop on the Sizzlipede from our deck. Sometimes they can figure out what we're doing and they'll just concede. I don't think that's the case here. Good, draw some more cards, that's what we want to see. So we've got no energy on our Greninja, so that's not helping him here, but he does have a nasty 120 hit on there. That's okay. We're doing alright. We've got a Lucky Egg for a Diancie. And we've got a Rare Candy. Now all we need is a Centiskorch and a... Let's put our tank in play. Let's use her. We don't need a water. What we do need, though, is an Ultra Ball. We're going to put a Lucky Egg on Diancie. We've already got a Squirtle in play and a Sizzlipede. We're going to Ultra Ball those. And say hello to Mr. Charizard. But let's just hold off on the surprise for a bit. Let's see what we got in our discard pile. We can pull a tank. Let's pull a tank and a backup Sizzlipede. Buys us one more card of time. We're gonna Vitality Spring, 5 more energy onto the nasty Sizzlipede. Alright, at this point we can take 30 cards. He has 31. One more card pull, and we've got this if we can land that Charizard. We've got the Rare Candy. We can land the Charizard. This guy is about to lose. He has no clue he's about to lose. He's about to lose. Mainly because we haven't even popped into Charizard yet. I wanted it to be kind of a surprise for him. Oh wait, we still need our Centiskorch. Little oversight there, but that's okay. We've still got a few cards we can pull. I think we'll get that Centiskorch. Alright, one tank down. We're going to go back in with our Diancie. I think I have another Ultra Ball. And he just lost. We're going to Ultra Ball. Yeah, we're going to Ultra Ball. Don't think I have too many energy in here. We've got one. Not worth it. We're going to get rid of our Energy Recycler. We don't need the tank anymore. We're going to do that. Oh, we already got our whatever. Didn't even realize I got my Centiskorch. Silly me. So, anyway, we've got 2 of them now. So, we're going to Rare Candy into our Charizard. And this next hand, he's done. Sorry, Tarthrol. You think you're winning, but... And this is the beauty of this deck. They think they're winning. They think they are 3-6. They think they're about to take another card and be 2-6. They have no idea what's coming. I think he's trying to figure it out, though. It's taking him a little bit. Just attack me, it's over. Doesn't matter, let's go with paper. The more cards you get, the better. 22 cards, so he's done. Thank you, sir. So now we're going to pop our Sizzlipede into play. He has no idea what's going on. We've got 15 energy. He's got 22 cards. We're going to Centiskorch. We're going to do 100-foot flames. And that is the game, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye. And like that, they've got no cards. It's a victory. So you can see this card structure is very nasty. Haven't even put into play the new cards I've put in there, and we're still winning. We've gotten rid of a few cards, haven't needed them. This is getting really, really scary. Alright, so Let's go into another game here. Let's find an opponent. And we've got G-Man 00777 who has no idea what the hell's about to happen to him. Tails, always lost. Some days I have those days where it's just heads, heads, heads. Alright, not the best pull, but we'll make do with it. Could lose, it's going to happen, you know, you're going to lose from time to time, and I'll show you what a loss is like too. We're done. Do have an Irida. Do have a Battle Pass, so that's good. Battle Pass will help out. In fact, since our Squirtle's in danger, I may... You know what, I think I'll go with a Charmander. I was going to say Squirtle, but... Oh, so he's got a Lunatone deck. We got to be careful of that. Don't care about his Typhlosion, care about his Lunatone. We are going to pop our Battle Pass. We're going to go in and get our Charmander, and we're going to get... Let's get a tank. Normally I would get Sizzlipede, but I want to build up first. We're going to Lucky Egg the Squirtle. We're going to go in here. We're going to get another Squirtle. And we're going to get a Rare Candy. Squirtle's in play. We're going to Ultra Ball both of these. And we're going to go ahead and set up for our Blastoise. That way all we need now is our Sizzlipede, and we're good. Keep wanting to say Centipede. Now the trick is we can hold him off long enough and build up in the meantime. Oh, he's thinking. Again, always be looking at the cards, see what they've got. Oh no, my Squirtle is burned. I'm scared. Alright, we're going to Lucky Egg the Diancie because it's going to be our next tank. And we've got a Rare Candy for our Blastoise. Too bad we don't quite yet have our Sizzlipede, but that's okay. We're set up. Come on, buddy, we don't have all day. Good thing this is a slow burn, no pun intended, so it's giving us some time. Not very good time, but we're going to try to fight this till the end. And if I can pull this off, it'll show you the versatility of the deck. Doesn't look like he has anything to play either, so let's get our Diancie in there. Oof, we need something that's going to give us cards. This is not a good pull. So, we're going to put one energy on Diancie, and we're going to get some cards. Not what we're looking for. boy, we are not doing well. But doesn't mean we can't win. We've got our rare candy. We've got our Blastoise. All we need is a Sizzlipede and a Charmander. And that's it. I think that's doable. Again, this isn't looking good in my favor, but if we can pull off the win, it'll show you how well this deck works. Always be thinking ahead. We've got our Centiskorch, and we're getting a lot of energy. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, there we go. So, that's going to give us our Charmander, because we're going to Ultra Ball. And all we're going to need is our Sizzlipede. Hopefully we can buy enough time to build that Sizzlipede up. I might pull Squirtle back out for a tank. I know that's kind of a waste with only one card, but... we've only got 4 more cards that we can lose. Luckily, that seems to be going pretty slow, so... So, we're going to pop in. We're going to get Manaphy, which will definitely help us. And we're going to go and get... oh. Interesting. Are both of our Ultra Balls on the... oh boy. So, this is a bind. Both of our Ultra Balls, as well as our Heavy Ball, are in the prize cards. So that could be a bit interesting. Let's play this and just see what we can get out of here, which is just a Squirtle. But that just a Squirtle can be used as a tank, or even, you know... yeah, we can use that as a Blastoise tank, so, or a backup Blastoise. Let's get a couple more cards. This might not happen. We'll see. Good example, though, for you to see what can happen when you get the wrong pull. Boy. So, we have plenty of rare candy, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this into a Blastoise. That's going to give us an additional tank. I've already got them in play. We're going to add another tank on the board. And we've got so much energy that we really need to devote to a Sizzlipede. I'm starting to think everything we need is on the prize cards. It's going to take him a lot longer to blow down a Blastoise, so let's try that. Although there might be some weakness. Nope, we're good. He may go as far as to add another energy. Nope. He did not. He's looking for something too. It's going to be hard to get rid of all this energy, but we'll do the best we can. Finally, a Sizzlipede. So we're going to put an energy on the Sizzlipede, and he's got a cemetery in place. There you go. So, old cemetery in place, that ruins your deck. Right then and there, there's no point. I'm going to show you why. Because we're going to basically kill... oh, okay, never mind. Cemetery does not affect Blastoise. Okay, so I mistook that. I thought the Blastoise effect would be affected by the old cemetery. I think we're willing to take the hit one more time. We can take it a few more times. We're going to make it where he can't do anything. That gets rid of the cemetery. That card did come in handy, it looks like. So we're going to do a Vitality Spring again with our 3 energy. And that's going to end our turn. Now, as it stands, we can take 22 cards with a Charizard. He's got 36. If we can get these on the board, we can do 32 cards, at which point he will probably lose. It's gonna be close. Let's see what happens here. He might put an energy on and start just taking the cards out if he's smart. But so far he's not too smart. Path to the Peak's going to kind of giving some problems, which is what I expected. I'm seeing a lot of V cards being played against me. Blastoise is a good tank if you've already used all of his abilities, which we have. If there was a way with the Radiant Greninja to put these back in the pile, we could, and then we could pull them back out with him, but as it stands, not so much. And we're going to pass. Now you're seeing what I'm talking about, we're being a long play situation. Sometimes you can just take them out. Sometimes you've really got to play and you've got to use strategy. And that's what I expected. He's going to start trying to take us out. We don't need Blastoise anymore, so that'll give us a few shots. I think he's only got 120 on there. Oh my lord, all I need is a Charmander. Come on. Are you serious? We can only lose 2 more cards. We can take out 26 of his. He's down to 34. I don't think there's anything left in the deck, but it doesn't hurt to see. Oh, there's one. So we can take out 28. Next turn, 29 cards. And one of our Charmanders, if not both, are stuck in the prize card. So, and we don't seem to be getting anything that's going to let me Ultra Ball or get into that card. Alright, at least we stood for one more time. We did lose a Rare Candy, so we're down to 1. That's not good. That is what we need. So, we're going to get our Radiant Greninja. Oh, that's right, we don't have Ultra Balls. Let's see what Level Ball does for us. Probably absolutely nothing, but worth a shot. Yep, it's not going to let us get a Charizard because of the HP. But the Charizard's in there. 2 of them. So, folks, what we got to do now is pray that we get a Charizard on the next drop and don't lose our Rare Candy. The Blastoise is definitely going to be taken out. We'll have a Diancie we can put in play and lose 1 more card in hopes that we get a Charizard. If we can land the Charizard, the game is effectively over for the most part. We could still lose by 1 card. So now it's in his hands. Let's see what he does. Come on, G-Man. Ooh. Interesting play. He's trying to wait us out on our 7 cards, I imagine. We got our Charizard. So we're gonna wait. Let's hold the Charizard as a surprise. And see if he knocks out our Blastoise. But I think he's playing it smart and trying to wait out our cards. That does happen from time to time. Because we have no way of killing our own Blastoise, so if he lets it sit there for 7 turns, we could lose if he sat smart. That seems to be what he's doing. We're gonna play his ruse and see what happens. So again, this is a situation where we could use that switch. If we pull a switch, we can nail him. Oh, he gave up. He realized what was going on. I guess he lost, so. There you go. We waited it out. We won. It happens. He could have won that. He could have just kept turning over the turns. We would have went through 6 more cards. If we didn't get a switch, he would have won. So he really didn't think that through. Alright, so I'm back. So you'll notice on that last one, that's why I put a switch in. Tricky Jim didn't have a switch, but you're going to get situations where they will get smart. They will try to wait out your last few cards. You're going to want to be able to switch in that case. You're also going to want to be able to switch if you have a bad pull. If you've got Sizzlipede on your first pull, you've got to put him up there. You want to be able to switch him out. So it's a good thing to have. Also, if you notice, my deck does say water and fire. I don't try to be flashy about what I have. I don't just put fire on there. I do have Blastoise on my cards, but I want to confuse them as much as possible as to what I have. You notice on my original Centiskorch deck, I have just the regular generic play deck, and so that's because I don't want them to know what I have or what's going on. So let's get into another match. We got JFizz 123, and JFizz 123 doesn't know what's about to happen. We're gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna go first this time. We got a tank, nothing else. And we're going to go ahead and draw a few cards with that. We're going to Lucky Egg our tank, and we're going to draw. No point in wasting energy just because we have it. We do need to get something on the board, though, or he's going to take us out. Ah! Seems to be trying to block just to build up, so that's good. But we do want to be careful. Taking him out and putting something in play that can take us out. Yay, more energy. At least I have an Ultra Ball now. We can burn some of that energy, get something in play. Probably a Squirtle, so we'll have our... maybe a few Diancies. He's down to 23 cards, so if we can defend, we're definitely going to take him out. So I'm going to do an unusual move. I'm going to Ultra Ball. And I'm going to, oddly enough, get another tank. Because we need to draw him out and at least get us in a situation where we can start playing. We've already got a couple of Rare Candy. We've got a Blastoise. We've got a Centiskorch. We just need to get a few cards into play and we're good. We've got an Irida. So I'm going to have my Blastoise with an Ultra Ball to pull a Charmander or a Level Ball. We'll use a Level Ball to pull a Charmander. Again, that's the versatility of this deck. You can always be thinking about what's going to happen, and there's always a way around nearly every situation, but not quite. And apparently my dog is having a nightmare in the background. Buttercup, wake up. Not scared yet. We do have our Charizard. And get a Level Ball. Oops. We play the Level Ball. Oh, we don't have a Charmander. He's in our deck, so our prizes. So let's go with Manaphy. Nice to have another tank. And this so far does not seem to be going our way. We've only got 3 more plays at hand. Gonna be tricky without a Charmander and without a Sizzlipede. So let's go with the ball and pray one of them's in there. Probably Charmander. And they're both in there, which means we have a Sizzlipede in play. We're going to take Charmander, play Charmander, and we're going to play Squirtle as a tank. And we're going to put an energy on Diancie and get 2 more cards. Don't give up hope on me yet, guys. There's our Sizzlipede. This is going to be close. This is going to be really close. Especially since we have a lot of energy on our deck. Or in our hand, rather. But he's played a lot of cards. He's got down to 17. right now we can take 14 cards. He's down to 17. 2 more hands gives us 2 more. That's going to be 9 to 18. I think we got this. I think we got this. Blastoise is completely pointless now. We're going to put an energy on Sizzlipede. I'm pretty sure he's pointless. Yep, he's pointless, so we're going to let it wrap up. He's going to take another card. And that's 16 cards we can take. We've won. Long game, we won. Now this is where it becomes beautiful. This guy thinks he's got 1 card down. We're going to say, well played. We're going to play our Sizzlipede. We're now going to play our Centiskorch. And guess what? He just lost all of his cards. Good night. And that's how you win a game of Pokemon. That shows you how close it can get in the look on their face. You know right now they're like WTF. Alright, we're going to go into one more just so you guys can get the handle of it, and we'll go from there. So let's get one more opponent. Or maybe not that many people are playing at this time during the day. Blue Kool-Aid does a body good. Nobody wants to play me. There we go. I can't even pronounce that one. That's on you guys. Come on, bud. Didn't take that long to call a coin flip. Thank you. We're going to go first again this time, just to get set up. And we've got a mulligan, but that's okay, so do they. And we've got a horrible pull, but we're going to make it work. Because the only thing we can play is Manaphy. Let's see if we can pull this off. And we've got a nasty deck ahead of us. So, let's Lucky Egg the Manaphy and pray we get something where we can pull some cards. Alright, we've got a tank. That's at least something. We've got a switch if we need to. You know what, let's switch the tank. And we'll put an energy on there. Grab a couple more cards, and we've got Charizards everywhere. But guess what we've got? So you go ahead and kill our tank. We're going to play the Path to the Peak. This one's going to be a long play, I can tell. We're not getting the best cards, but that means they'll all be coming in on the back end. Boy, it's energy time again. Oh my god. I'm not getting good cards. This could end up being a loss. Got a Level Ball, we got a Squirtle. It's getting a little better. Ooh, nasty. I should go for a tank. I might lose doing this. I should go for a tank. But we're gonna see what happens. We can candy into the Charizard next time. We lost our switch, so we're stuck with Manaphy on the top. That might mean they're gonna try to hit our deck. Alright, we're gonna candy into Charizard. Unorthodox, but I want Manaphy back. And we're gonna draw a few more cards. Alright, we got our Irida. We're going to have our Blastoise. Not what I wanted to see. Five and 5. We're going to get our Blastoise in play, so we really need our Sizzlipede, because we've already got our Charizard. If we get our Sizzlipede and Centiskorch and Blastoise, which is guaranteed, we're going to have the game. Stuck with Manaphy as a tank again. We're going to Irida, Blastoise. Let me show my playmat. I got Rare Candy, so we're gonna Ultra Ball. We're gonna Rare Candy into Blastoise. We're going to protect Manaphy. We're going to, oops, Ultra Ball. I'm not going to use Cynthia. You know what, I think in this game I'm not going to use, you know what, we can use her to get some of these back. So we'll do that. And we're going to go into a Sizzlipede. Put that on the board. Hit it with an energy and Vitality Spring. He's down to 29 cards. He does use some cards here, so we might have a good chance. We'll see. Still could lose this. He's only got to take 3 more cards. But I only need 7 more cards on my Sizzlipede and a Centiskorch, and that's it. Okay. 8 more cards. Alright, good. Manaphy's still up. Bam. Let's ball it and see what we got. And all we got's a tank, so it's gonna have to work. I'm gonna pop that tank up there. We're going to use them to put 2 more energy back in. And 2 more from there. We can take 18 cards right now. Sadly, we could take 34 if it wasn't for the fact that we have a problem right now with all this energy on our deck. So what we gotta hope for now is for him to use a lot of cards. 6 cards, in fact. If he can use 6 cards, we can take 20. 21 on the next hand. Luckily, Blastoise is still up and running. We've got an Irida. Let's see if that'll do us any good anywhere. Radiant Greninja. And... I was hoping for a Recycler. So he can take 2 more cards. We can take 22 of his. He's down to 25. It's going to be really close, but I think we can do it. Especially since our Blastoise is lasting quite a while for us. We're going to throw another tank up there. Another Sizzlipede, so now we can take 24 cards. I think we've got this. And that's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. I think this is pretty much over unless he pulls something really crazy out of his bag. So, 24, we can take 26 cards. He's got 24. I'm sorry, bud, it's over. Energy on the Sizzlipede. Oh, I messed up. I don't have a Centiskorch. Oops. He just did me a favor, crazy ass. I have no idea why he just did that. So now I gotta pray for a Centiskorch on this pop. Look at that. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. You pop into the Centiskorch, it's game over. Good night, son. What kind of luck is that? Come on. Bam. Victory. So I think you guys are seeing this is a really, really dangerous deck. It's a long play deck. It's a deck to have fun with, to have some strategy with. It's not going to get you win after win after win after win immediately, but it is going to do some real damage to people. Do a few of those tweaks that I did help. Maybe even do some of your own tweaks, and you can see how fun this deck will be. I'll see you guys next time.